Hello everybody, I have a video for you. I finally got into the mindset of recording something. So this video is about going back to the basics. I'm going to show you few ways of finding the connection back to your center. Okay? These are moves that everybody should go through at least once in their lifetime. Especially after giving birth, there's a tendency that we lose a connection to our center because our center expanded so far away from us. We kind of lose ourselves a bit, literally and also metaphorically, let's say. And also, we're always giving so much to take care of this little being that we lose our center a bit. Okay, so if you want to get into this bit of this mindset, but if it's not the case, if you're maybe not a mother, not a person that gave birth, this is basic information, fitness, core activation, good for everyone. We're actually going to start at our feet. It has been researched and shown, and many studies have shown that there is a direct link between the feet and our pelvis. So healthy feet, healthy muscles of the feet, healthy movement of the feet is directly correlated with healthy pelvis and the whole complex of our pelvis. Yeah. So that's why we're going to start at the feet. And I'm going to give you a few images that maybe will click in your mind and you will see, wow, I hope you feel the click. I have a little music in the background. I hope it doesn't interrupt the information. So let's go get a tennis ball or a massage ball or any type of ball that is not too hard. So not a golf ball. It could be too intense. Something that has a little bit of a give. And I hope you can see me properly. I will be moving a little bit the camera around. Okay. Tennis ball. I have a mat so it's not too slippery. I have all my toys around so you can see, because we're going to be going through a lot of positions today. The video will be a little bit long. You don't have to watch the whole video together. You can watch little pieces of the video. It's always good to have something to hold on to, so that's why I have a chair. Put some nice music on that you like. And we're gonna start rolling our feet. You cannot go wrong here. You're starting from the base of the big toe and roll towards the heel. I'm gonna move a little bit quickly here, but the slower you move, the better. Now I am migrating towards the third and fourth. I fill up with water like a sponge and then I squeeze the water out. You cannot go wrong here, okay? You're really kind of exploring the tissue. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change my hand so you can see me. I'm gonna put the ball of my foot on top of the ball. You can see the knuckles. I'm gonna keep my heel down and I'm gonna window wiper. It's called flossing or shredding. Take your time and breathe. Why are we doing this? Like I explained before, healthy feet, healthy pelvis. You would do this as long as you can. You can be cooking, you can be, please don't fall, hold on to the countertop. Okay, And then you would do the same window wipering of the legs, but you're gonna put the ball of the foot down. And this ball, the tennis ball, is at the base of your heel. You choose how much pressure you put, okay? And you're gonna do that same window wipering. Woo. It's normal to lose the ball. You see, it happens to me as well. So you really have to stand. This foot is under you, so you can have control of the other foot. What am I doing again? I am window wipering. It's okay for the foot to come up. You are flossing or shredding the tissue at the ball of the heel. There you go. And then you can find for sweet spots. Maybe it was a little bit tender at the arch. You would breathe in and out. Okay. Let me put the music a little bit down. I'm not gonna do both feet for the sake of the length of this video, but you would go ahead and do the other foot. Big toe towards heel. You choose how much tension you put. Check your breath. We're gonna go to the breath next, so very soon. Okay, you would window wiper with the ball under the ball of the foot. So many balls. And then you would window wiper at the base of the heel. Make sure you see I'm holding on. I'm just making sure I feel stable. Go ahead and explore here side to side. You cannot go wrong. Okay, now I want to tell you something about the arches. Okay, so after you roll both feet, go ahead and stretch a little bit like you're putting a cigarette off. We're not smokers. If you are, it's okay. Stretch the back of this one is harder for me, so notice which side and go ahead and kind of put more pressure and release. Move slowly here, okay? Move slowly. So after you roll both feet, you kind of explore if they feel a little bit. Walk barefoot, you guys, as much as you can, barefoot. Okay. Now I want to tell you something very interesting that I recently learned. So the arch of the foot, this area here that is like a bridge, I hope you can see it properly. It's directly correlated to our pelvic floor muscles. If our arches are fallen or towards the ground, if we don't have an arch, if this arch is completely down on the ground, it usually indicates that your pelvic floor is also it's also dropping. So it doesn't have full range of motion of going up and down with the breath like this group of muscles should be doing, okay? So by working the muscles of the feet, specifically of the arch, we are also working the muscles of the pelvic floor. Isn't that amazing? So that's why we're going to work on the feet. Look at the exercise. You release the toes, you spread. I'm working now on this foot. And then I'm going to imagine I'm pulling the toes towards the heel without curling the toes. I keep them open and and then I release. Okay, there's something I forgot to tell you. It's okay, I'm going to tell you right now. Since I said it's correlated to the pelvis, we're going to talk a little bit of anatomy here. We're going to get a little bit, into the body parts. It's all good. We're in this together. Probably there's no men watching, and if there are, it's fine. They'll be happy to do the exercises as well. We are going to find 4 bony structures of our pelvis, okay? In the front, we have the pubic bone. And we're going to say that the pubic bone, here at the front, is the toes. So the pubic bone are the toes, okay? Second bony structure. So sorry for all the camera angles. It's the tailbone. Okay, right here at the base of her spine. Right here at the base of her spine. If you kind of touch, there's some people that even have sensitive coccyx or tailbone. So really find it. And we're going to say that the tailbone, so the back of the pelvis, is the heel. Okay? Actually, those are the two bony landmarks. I said four, but I correct myself. We're just going to find these two bony landmarks. Okay? So I repeat. The toes are the pubic bone, and the heel is the tail. Okay? Let me come here. Now, every time I activate the arch and I suction the toes towards the heel, I'm also going to imagine my pubic bone and my tailbone coming together. And then I'm going to release. I'm working on this part. This is the exhale. Pubic bone, tailbone come together. Inhale, release. It's very subtle. It's very subtle. You barely see anything. It's very subtle. Two more times. Exhale. They come together. Arches. Inhale, release. Spread the toes. Put some weight on it. Release the distance between pubic bone and tailbone. Exhale, connect. Connect the bony structures and the arch. And that's the exercise. And then you would go through the other side. I hope that's clear. It's incredible. Do it. Once we find those connections to the arches, it's like the bridges in our body, those arches that are connected. And then we're going to talk about another arch or bridge that is the diaphragm. But that was the first exercise. Rolling and the lifting of the arches with the connecting and lifting of pubic bone to tailbone. Any questions, let me know. Now we're going to move on to breathing, okay? You are going to find a towel, a TheraBand, a long elastic band. What else could you use? Anything that you can use to wrap around your ribs. A sweater, a t-shirt, okay? You're going to sit comfortably. I'm going to sit on a chair. I'm going to go grab my TheraBand. Let me put a little bit of music so we don't get cut. The second part of activating our core, the second important part is proper breathing. Okay? Don't look at my TV. Yeah, we like watching a little bit of TV. Okay. What does that mean? Probably you've heard it talked about before. I'm actually going to put this a little bit softer. When we cannot breathe properly, it also is directly correlated to the health of this pelvic complex. That means that any restrictions up here, like tightness, restrictions, stickiness, it's going to directly affect everything that's going on down here. Everything is connected. That's why the feet are connected to the pelvis and the ribs are connected to the pelvis. The pelvis is actually the connection between our upper body and our lower body. It is our center. Isn't that amazing? So by working on the parts that are above and below the pelvis, we're directly affecting and helping and modifying the pelvis. Okay. I hope it's not too much squishy-quashy, but knowledge is power. So the more we know why we are doing the things, the more we can find this mind-body connection, and the more effective our workouts are going to be, the more effectively we're going to move through life, and the more effectively we're going to release tension, which is so important. And I forgot to say, I'm Adriana, I'm a Pilates instructor, Mama Fit instructor. We're working out from home in this time of life. And I'm making these videos. I'm getting the courage just to bring this information out to you because I'm usually self-conscious, like, oh my God, the video won't be good. But this time I said, I don't care, I'm just gonna make it. So thank you for watching. It goes around your rib cage, this TheraBand. You can even open it very wide. And if you don't have one, remember you can use a towel. Put it nice and wide. And in the front, maybe you need some space for your breast, so go ahead and wrap it under. I have small breasts, but if you're lucky to have more, so you kind of accommodate. The important thing is that you feel some resistance here, so some contact of the TheraBand or the towel against the sides of your ribs. Because basically, we're gonna breathe into that band. Why are we doing this? Usually our ribs are stuck, the intercostals, the muscles that are between each rib. Sorry for the I'm just thinking. They're really not mobile and not moving well. So we kind of need to bring our brain into that area so we can, with our mind, expand and breathe and expand more those muscles so they get the signal. They get the signal that we want them to move. Because like we said, restrictions up here is going to directly affect the pelvis. So that's the exercise. You're really not thinking about contracting or pulling or lifting anything. You're just thinking about breathing east to west. Noticing if your breath is coming a little bit high up here to your shoulders, just notice and kind of try to relax your chest. This is called, it has few names, so I want to tell you all the names, so in class, sometimes I mix it up because some terms click for some people and other terms click for other people. One term is east to west. So north, south, east, west. I think you see me in the camera to the other way, but you get what I'm saying, east to west. The other term is right to left, right, left breathing. And the other term is lateral. So lateral is everything that is to the sides. Side to side breathing is also a great way. Okay, you can hold it with both hands. You're kind of creating some resistance, not too tight. You're just creating a little bit of connection, tension. And I like wiggling. It helps me kind of find, you can close your eyes. This you can do as many times as you need until you're like, oh, I got it. I feel it there, okay? Perfect. Now that is the lateral breathing. Now we're gonna continue in today's video with how to release tension of all of this area. Why? Also the abdominal area. Why? Because if the muscles are too tight or too sticky, I like to say, it's like I like to think of a spider web. Have you seen the spider web where if you touch it, it's like very bouncy, sticky? This is the image that we want to have with the tissues. And when the spider web or the tissues are too stuck together, like threaded together, or it actually prevents the muscles from activating correctly and for the whole structure to function correctly. So first we have to unstick it to then get it strong. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's start with this chair already. And we're gonna take stickiness out of the thoracic area. Okay, look at this wonderful. Ooh. I'm here, I'm still here. Okay. Placing your elbows on top of a chair. It can be also the back of the sofa. You can do it standing as well. You're just gonna lean your hips a little bit back. Tuck your tail a little bit so you're not overarching, because we want to focus on this area from the waistline up. Okay, you can walk your knees a little bit further back. And now you're going to think about reaching your hands behind your head as you open your chest towards the ground. Okay, here we go. I'm going to angle the camera a little bit down, everybody. Sorry for the video. Here we go. Make sure you pad your knees. Look, I'm actually going to get something for my knees if it doesn't feel comfortable. And I will show you the standing option as well. Elbows on that surface. Tuck the tail a little bit and melt your heart. I'm not going to talk so I can concentrate on taking the stickiness out of my ribs. Breathe there. If it's available, you take your head like I did. Some people can just go here. That's perfectly fine. You want to think about opening also your armpits towards the ground. You can be here and just breathe there. Make sure you're not dumping or overarching. You're still active here. Let me tuck this in so you can see my tail is tucking a little bit in. I'm just thinking about melting my ribs down to the ground. I can go deeper, so I will breathe deeper. Breathe side to side or east to west. Exhale, release. And find your way. You would do as many repetitions as you can, okay? If you only have time to do one, then you do one. I'm going to show you the standing option so you have it with you in your pocket. Look. Taking restrictions out of the rib cage. You would find that surface again. I'm going to go to standing so you can see it. I don't need this anymore. Then you're going to go down into a nice squat, not too wide. It doesn't have to be too wide. Tuck your tail in. And now you're going to melt your chest. Breathe and exhale. Make sure you're not overarching. You're kind of just thinking about opening this part and stretching this. Do it with your elbows, which is actually better. Feel free to sway your hips a little bit to side to kind of find that yawning sensation. I'm not overarching, I am active. Release and then go a little bit further. Beautiful. And find yourself, incorporate yourself softly. Good. Do that as often as you can, as often as you remember when you're in the kitchen, kind of, let me get the stickiness out of my rib cage and kind of see how it feels after you do it. Can you maybe open your ribs a little bit more away from your hips? So do a check. Oh, can I breathe a little bit better? Lateral. Perfect. Now we're going to get stickiness out of this whole complex. Okay, remember this video, you don't have to watch it. It's a long video. You don't have to watch it all together. You can only do the foot series, and then another day you do the stickiness of the rib cage, and then another day you do the stickiness of the belly. Okay, for this part, We are going to use a small ball. Where is my small ball? Here it is. Okay, we are gonna go down to the ground and we're gonna go and roll on that ball. I'm gonna show you. This ball is amazing. If you don't have one, reach out to me. I have 1,000 millones, like my daughter says. I have so many things all around. The socks are for gliding. Don't worry, I will explain myself another day. Okay, let me just put them to the side. Okay, now we're gonna go down softly. Remember to go down to the floor. It's always better to go down towards your side and then roll on. I'm gonna bring the camera actually down. Yeah, that's nice. I'm learning how to make videos. I'm happy I'm doing it. Okay. So guess what? Guess what? We're actually gonna do an exercise here before we go down to the belly, because this is great to feel when you put the ball under the ribs. It can be a little bit more towards the hip, a little bit more towards the armpit, in any of this area of the rib cage. You're gonna feel the bones of the ribs, touch them. And you're gonna practice that lateral breath again here. This is great. It's another position to practice what we did before with the band. Breathe into the ball, breathe into your hand up here, and then release. You can even, if your head doesn't like it here, put a stack of pillows, lie down, just breathe. Lateral breath, so important. This is another position to practice it. Lateral, east to west. Perfect. And then you would do the same to the other side. Let's go for the belly massage. If you had a C-section and the scar is still tender, I don't like to talk about fear. I don't like words that imply fear. You shouldn't fear. Your body is so smart and so intelligent and so intuitive. Listen to your body. Talk to yourself throughout the exercise. If you feel any pulling or pain or any sensation that just doesn't feel right, please stop the movement, okay? No fear, just say, okay, I'm just gonna let go of that one and I'll talk to Adriana later to see maybe other options. And that's bars, okay? Perfect. If the tissue in your linea, so of course this we're not doing pregnant, okay? This you can do after. If the tissue in the center of your belly is still also not quite, it doesn't have good tension, we will make another video about this, okay? Don't worry. Also maybe skip this part for now and write me a message and we will make another video. But if everything is okay, if you're feeling quite okay, massaging the belly is very recommended. We're gonna place the ball right in the center of our belly button, this squishy ball. And we're gonna find, I am with my forearms down, okay? Because in the beginning, I don't want to let my full body weight, because it is going to feel a little bit tender. Okay, so I invite you to kind of roll a little bit on the ball. My knees are on the ground. My feet are also on the ground. I'm just feeling what does it feel, noticing to have a ball pressing against my belly. Don't do this if you just ate. And there's no fear there. It's just basically because you're gonna vomit, okay? No problem there. Okay, we're gonna do this together. We're gonna breathe. What are we doing? We're getting tension out of the muscles in our center so they can then properly work, activate, and do all of the amazing workouts that we want to do together. You're gonna inhale. You're gonna tense the abdominals like you're doing core work, like you're doing a plank, you're pushing against the ball. And then you're going to release and see if you can go a little bit deeper. If it's too much, just put your elbow and back off. Let's do it again. Inhale. Keep the inhale, press and activate your core. Yes, you are pressing the ball. You're holding your inhale. And then with the exhale, let the ball really penetrate as deep as you can tolerate. 2 more rounds. Inhale, fill up with air, east to west. Keep the inhale, press the ball away. You're activating your core. And then exhale. If it's available, do the same exercise, lying completely down. Now I'm going to put the hand here so you can see. Inhale. Let me see where I put it. There. Inhale. Hold the inhale. Press the ball. Exhale. Perfect. You would go through that 8 to 10 times, as much as you can. Now we're going to come back up to our forearms. If you were already there, then you were already there. And you are going to sway your hips from one side to the other, kind of discovering and just exploring. Imagine you have in a lupe, one of these, what's the word in English? To make so you can see things bigger. I just forgot my vocabulary. In Spanish es una lupa. And it's right here. Dice lupe. My English. Let's turn this off a little bit. And you're kind of exploring. Imagine you close your eyes. You're kind of exploring the tissues in there. You can go around really high near your rib cage. Go a little bit more to the side. And you're breathing here naturally. East to west. And you would stay here if you can, as long as you can. Relax your jaw, relax your neck. Perfect for releasing tension in this area, okay? And why are we releasing tension there? So then it can properly function, okay? Now the last part, I promise, is to release now the tension right at the other side. So we have the ball in the belly button. Now it's going to go exactly in the other direction. Let me just turn around. I want to make sure I'm inside the camera. I'm lying down on my back. You can relax your neck, find your space, find where you are. And you are going to lift your hips a little bit and place that ball right behind the belly button. I am going to put my hands here for sakes of the video so you can see what's going on. But you can always keep them next to you. Please don't be looking at the camera like I am doing. You would be looking up to the sky and relaxing your chest and breathing 3-dimensionally. I'm just going to be here so you can see what's going on. So I can see if I am in the camera. My feet are firmly planted. So I do have some contact with the ground. I feel grounded. I feel stable. I don't feel like I'm going to fall. Take your time. And once you found that sensation, I actually recommend, I didn't say it before, that you take a little bit of your skin. You want the skin to be in contact with the ball. Because we want the ball to we want the ball to kind of grab the skin, which is the outermost layer, and we're going to go a little bit deeper from skin to the connective tissue. So we kind of want to grab those tissues. So we're literally unsticking them, okay? Literally think about that you're spreading the tissue and opening the tissue. So we're going to grab the tissue there with the ball, and we're actually gonna move our feet towards one side and also our body. I hope. So I'm grabbing the tissue with the ball and then I'm spiraling in one direction. You can think of a towel, like you're doing like this with a towel, taking the water out. Let me see if you can see. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. And there you would do your 3-dimensional breath, or east to west, and with the exhale release. You can even stretch a little bit the legs if it feels good. Relax your jaw. For sakes of this video, I'm not gonna stay here very long. I'm gonna go ahead and untwist. And then I would do the same to the other side. Walking the feet. I'm gripping the tissue with the ball. And I am now walking my body towards the other side, and I'm going to breathe there. You can expand your ribs, it's okay. You can actually palpate the tissue around the rib cage to unstick it with your hands. That's great. Palpate, massage yourself, kind of open that tissue. And you can also just breathe there and relax. And then you would untwist yourself. And why not? You can just move a little bit from side to side. Palpate again. See if you can give yourself a nice belly massage yourself. So I'm just using mostly my ring finger and middle finger, both hands, to just palpate the tissues around my belly. Just relax your jaw, around the borders of the ribs. Perfect. And very softly, you would just lift your hips a little bit, take the ball away, fix your pants, and release. Window wiper your legs a little bit to see if the tissue around the rib between, so everything that's between the hips and the bones, feels a little bit more, that it has more space. The last exercise, I promise. I know I said that the last one is the last, that the last one was the last, but this one's the last. It's called a diaphragm vacuum. I'm going to repeat it a few times because it's not so easy to get it the first time. So I'm going to repeat it a few times, and hopefully it clicks in your mind. And if it doesn't, keep practicing. The more you practice it, the easier it will get. So we are going to lift our hips a little bit. I'm going to put my hands here, okay, so you can see. You're going to take a nice full breath, east to west. And then you're going to take all the air out. Keep the air out. Suck your belly in. I won't be able to talk. With all the air out, you guys, all the air, you're going to lower your hips down to the ground. Sucking the belly in. And then when you cannot hold anymore, you take a nice inhale and you reset. Okay, what are we doing? We're massaging this area again. We're creating space. We're stretching literally the diaphragm so it can function properly. The diaphragm is our breathing muscle. It's amazing, this exercise. I'm going to do it again without talking. Okay? Full breath in. I'm still here. One more time. Full breath in. Full breath out. All the air is out. All. Till the last drop. Okay, everybody. Those are the exercises that I recommend for you to do. Um, all of these things are things that I've learned through all of my research and studies and exploring and tried it on myself. These are things that are going to help you engage back to your center. In later videos, we're going to be doing more fitness like connecting to the center, but these release exercises are very important. Any questions, please reach out. I am here to serve. I am here to share. I hope you're all doing well. With lots of joy and hugs for you. See you soon.